All right, everybody, good morning and welcome to Family Morning Transformation with yours truly, DMPSpeaks. I'm so glad to be with you on this Monday morning. It's a wonderful Monday morning. It feels great here. And I'm hoping that everything is going good and great in your family. And believe me, even if it's not, things can change around. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I am a speaker, soon to be author. I am a board certified Christian counselor, and I'm a personal development coach for families. I do these Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but today I did it at 8:30, a different time, but the same information. So I'm glad to hope, and I hope and pray that your family is doing well. You probably are already out the house already, but when you get a chance, if you want to look at the replay, please come back to it and share this message with somebody today. I really want you guys to share this. I won't take long this morning, but I wanted to give you this this morning. What I want to talk about on the topic is laboring for the family. Laboring for the family. And I got this particular idea. I was reading a couple of scriptures this morning in my prayer time. And one of the scriptures that really caught my eye, a lot of people use this particular scripture when it comes to marriage, right? So wonderful scripture, of course. But I took it, but I started to think of the scripture, and the scripture is Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9 and 10. I'm going to read it for you, and then I'm going to go into what I want to talk about this morning. It says, two are better than one. I'll say it again, two are better than one. So I look at that, of course, when you think about that particular scripture, two, man and woman, right, are better than one when you, especially when you're in a relationship, when you're in a marriage, because they have a good reward for their labor. But I started to think about that particular scripture. I said, two are better than one in a marriage, but also two are better than one in a family, especially when you're on one accord, especially when you have a goal in mind that you're working on. And I started thinking, who am I? Who am I? Who am I working with? I'm working with families. So two are better than one. In your family, you are better when you are laboring with one another. It says because they have a good reward for their labor. So I want to talk about laboring for the family. When you are working together, there is a reward that you receive after you work together, after you remove the, as they say, the isms and schisms, after you move the doubt and the fear, after you remove certain things that are in your family's way, there is a reward. My question to you is, do you believe this, that two are better than one? And do you believe that there's a reward coming when you work together as a family? When you don't work as a family, you know there is no reward. There's just chaos and there's toxicity in the home. We have to continue to work together. We have to continuously labor for one another, right? Because our labor should not be in vain. Let me make that very clear. Our laboring for our family should never, ever be in vain, right? Now, let me just backtrack just a little bit. Now, when I talk about laboring, yes, you're working 9 to 5, or some of us do double shifts. I used to do doubles and triples, right? That's what I did when I first got married, and had this family. But I'm not talking about that. Yes, food, shelter, all of that. That's great. That's a part of it. That's something that comes along with it. What I'm talking about here, and like I've already explained, and please share this with somebody, this is about coming together, right? Not just to fix an issue right for right now. We are coming together to work and see what needs to be done, what needs to be corrected, what needs to be fixed in your particular family, right? So that because of your laboring and your continuation and your consistency, and your perseverance, there's a reward that's going to come, because God is going to give you a reward for your work. right? See, I didn't read verse 10 yet, but I'm going to read that in a minute. But laboring for your family is something that you have to do on a daily basis. Whether you want to or not, you have to continue to labor. You have to labor. You know why you have to labor? Because it's a necessity. Your family needs you more than you know. I'm going to say it again. Your family needs you more than you know. Yes, sometimes being a parent can be hard. Well, let me not can be. It is hard. It is very hard to parent in these days, especially if you have a teenager. My God, to be. When you have a teenager, boy, oh boy, I'm going to be around it, real and transparent. Sometimes, if I could, I want to put them in a headlock. I just want to put them in a headlock and I want to squeeze them. Have you ever, can we be real today? Can we be real? Sometimes your kids get on your nerves and you just want to take them. And you just, I know you're like, you a family coach? Yes, because I'm honest. I'm honest. I'm very honest. My son, I love him to life, not to death, to life. And I want him to do well, but he get on my nerves. But at the same token, I got it out. But seriously, your family needs you more than ever. So I have to make sure that I'm working on myself daily. So as I read my word, as I exercise, right? As I get my mind together, I get my thoughts together, I get myself together. I'm continuously laboring for my family because as far as I go, my family goes. I'll say it again. As far as you go, your family goes. So you have to continue to labor and thrive. My pastor talked about this a lot. Thrive, not just striving, trying to barely make it. No, but every day that you're thriving, you're getting better. Your family is getting better, right? We cannot be slack in our work and our laboring for our family. Again, I'm not talking about just working on a job, laboring for the family, having these conversations, bettering our communication with one another. It is necessary, it's vital, and we need to continue to do it because we need our families to thrive. We need our children, our grandchildren, our nieces, nephews to thrive in this day. We need to continue to build our homes, but also build our communities, especially in the Black community. We need to do better at this by laboring for our family, making conscious decisions, right? Not about what we're going to wear, not what we're going to drink and eat. But sometimes those are the issues that you might have. So you have to make decisions. But I'm talking about overall, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. We should be looking in these areas, these layers, as I call them, these layers that we should be paying attention to. But I'm going to read verse 10 and I'm going to end on this here. Now, verse 10 says, "For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him up." What does that mean? What did I take from that? And this is my conclusion. We must help one another, even in our families. If one falls, we don't all fall. We shouldn't, but it happens. But if one fall and you're not there for that other family member, that family does fall, but you don't have to. But it does happen. Your child does something that just grieved you. We talk about grief a lot. That grieved you, that hurt your feelings, that hurt your heart, that gave you so much pain. But remember, that child that made that decision or mistake, you can't let them stay there in it. You have to help them. Even though you probably don't even want to be bothered mentally with them because they hurt you. They said something and they did something. But you got to continue to labor for them. The laboring, the time that you put as laboring, working with your family, working with your son, working with your daughter, working with your wife or husband, it's going to pay off. There's a reward that is coming to your family. And you got to continue to be intentional about that support. So each day, You got to ask yourself, how can I make my family better? What do I need to do to make my family better? And I want you to say this statement as I close. My family wins because we are there for each other. I'll say it again. I want you to make this statement a part of your family. My family wins because we are there for each other. And I want you to continue to labor for your family every single day. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Please share this with someone. I just wanted to give you some encouragement today. I have my program, which is called the Family Transformation Program. But listen to me. It is a choice that you have to make. I can say this and say that, but it's a choice that you have to make. Don't you want your family to be different? Don't you want things to change? Not just change for right now, but for the rest of your lives. You got to make a decision. Today is the day I need for my family to make this change. We're going into the summertime. Some of us, when it comes to school, we got to make a pivot in the right direction. Guys, thank you so much for your time. If you're interested, please go to one of my social media sites and click on the link, and let's get some help. Let's get the dirty work started so that we can start making moments and memories that last literally a lifetime. Guys, I thank you so much for your time. Check me out tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time for another family morning transformation. And before I let you go, I got to tell you this. I just got to tell you, every family deserves transformation. Peace.